I want to tell you something even more. Also the MVMs also ask as well that why is the pasuk why by this by the beginning of Pasha Shemois it says that the burning bush Hashem in the first time Kaviochel appeared to Moshe by the burning bush by the snare. Why did Hashem? What's Hashem teaching to Moshe by the burning bush, by the fire and the burning bush? And also, why Hashem does a naze that generally a fire on the bush generally burn down the bush, burn down the snare. Why? Interesting. Hashem does a big naze, a burning bush, which the bush never got destroyed, never got burned down. Well, what's Hashem teaching to Moshe? What's Hashem teaching to Klal Yisrael? Why Hashem does this amazing naze of not burning down the bush with the fire? And Zok the MVMs telling us a fascinating word that even though Klal Yisrael going in the ship of the Mitzrayim is in the foot on such a low level of trauma, even though Klal Yisrael is engulfed in the fire of Al-Mazeh, but the mice are deep down have a snell, have a Yiddish on the Neshama, and the Yiddish on the Neshama can never be destroyed, even in dark times, even in hard times, difficult times. But a Yid always have that Neshama, always have the spark, which able to connect, I'm able to steig to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's Hashem telling to Moshe, go and say Klal Yisrael before it's too late. Because Maisel, a Yid there, even in Klal Yisrael, low level of tumor, but the Maisel having the Shama, they're able to serve the Eibishter, they're able to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's what the Pasuk teaching us. That's what the Pasuk teaching us. That maybe even though you feel away, you feel far, there's always hope. Yitzhak could come to your person, could come and try and push a person down and said, enough, no hope in you, nothing. What I said in my last story, my last share, there's no hope. But every year there's always hope. Every year has a neshama. Every year has a spark that want to connect to Hashem. Even though you feel you feel distance. It could be such a low level of turmoil. But myself that the yid have a neshama, the way to improve it with that sheifus, with that bikush, and Mr. Hashem, davening, davening that the only thing what really counts, if you say, coming, going to say Mr. Hashem and Elul, we say, Achash Altim Es Hashem Oisa Bakish. It's one thing with us is to have that bikush, to have that sheifus that can steig, and what is it? It's shifty beveis Hashem Kol Yemei Chayai. Even in maybe, it could be living in the basic measures, even if in the business world, or in basic measures, or everywhere you are in life. A person, the way to be shifted with Hashem is with this oysa vakish, to have that bikush, to have that bakosh that I want to serve Hashem, and I'm able to live with Hashem, kol yemei chaya, to live with that eibishter, with that machshav, with that mindset, with that emunah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is wanting to pay, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is controlling of us, and He's the one who's running the whole world, and to have that bikush, to have that the machshava, and that is what enable you to be shifted with Hashem, kol yemei chaya, even wherever you are in. Could be doing in the outside, everywhere you are, in the business world, everywhere, or obviously in the base of marriage, everywhere you are, just to have that mindset, that oisa bakish. And Mr. Hashem, through this, just take bizoicha to all of us to have that mid of even maybe you feel sometimes achle, feel but to always have that mid, to always have that thing of Hashem lekechem, terechu oisa tzivor, it's misvoice of tishmavu, and koyla tishmavu oisa tavoid voted bokum as Hashem. Thank you for this.